What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Just before we get into the video, don't forget to like or dislike the video, subscribe, turn on notifications and leave a comment down below. Over the last 4 decades, we've had over 50 unique WWE champions, from Buddy Rogers to the newly crowned champion AJ Styles. As we've seen over the years, championship reigns in the WWE are for the most part unpredictable, and for many it can only be considered a dream. But if somehow a WWE superstar manages to capture it, they can expect a big payday, as well as proclaiming themselves as the top star in the company or even the wrestling world. But as we've also seen, some of these championships can only last a day or even a matter of minutes. So in this video, we're going to look at the top 6 so-called 15 minutes of championship fame. And just remember, we're talking about the WWE Championship, not the World Heavyweight Championship, i.e. Big Goldie. Number 5. Randy Orton, 22 minutes. The main rivalry leading into 2007's No Mercy was a last man standing match between John Cena and Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. The two had been involved in a personal and bitter feud. However, on the 1st October episode of Raw, just 6 days before the match, Cena legitimately tore his right pectoral muscle during a match with Ken Kennedy. Ultimately, Cena needed surgery and was unable to compete in the scheduled match. Consequently, 5 days later at the pay-per-view, Cena vacated the title to Randy Orton. However, Orton would not be in for an easy night and was immediately thrown into a match with Triple H, a match that he would lose, including his title. The time between being handed the title and getting loosely rolled up by Triple H for the win would only just last under 23 minutes. At least Orton redeemed himself later on in the pay-per-view and won back the title, and thereafter having an impressive run. That is until... Number 4. Daniel Bryan, 4 minutes. The Money in the Bank ladder match. It's a concept that has given us many unpredictable moments. You know the scenario, 2 wrestlers are battling out in a grueling match with the current reigning champion giving his absolute best to hang on to the gold. He's successful, but that's until player 2 enters, fresh as a daisy, and is ready to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase, getting the win in seconds. Now, think of this moment and how frustrating it would be if only minutes earlier you were crowned the new champion. This is exactly what happened to Daniel Bryan in 2013. This was his first reign as WWE Champion after he beat Cena at 2013 SummerSlam. The crowd erupted from the win, and Bryan celebrated his long-awaited championship with confetti falling down from the rafters. The celebrations, however, were short-lived, as the Viper's music hit to an arguably bigger pop from the crowd, who knew exactly what Orton was here to do, cash in that briefcase, but not before a short tease. With everybody expecting a steamroll by Orton, referee Triple H Pearl Harbored the reigning champion, leaving just Orton to come in and pin him for the 1-2-3 for Orton's 7th title reign. Sadly, Bryan's reign only lasted 4 minutes and 7 seconds. Number 4. John Cena, 3 minutes. Cena entered the 2010 Elimination Chamber main event as a challenger, eager to capture the gold once more. But he would have to overcome 5 others inside the structure, including the reigning WWE Champion Sheamus, Kofi Kingston, Ted DiBiase Jr., Randy Orton, and Triple H. After Triple H eliminated Sheamus, we would be guaranteed a new champion for the night, and after a hard-fought battle, Cena would emerge victorious. However, in a strange turn of events, Mr. McMahon would make an impromptu match against Batista. With this not even being a typical Money in the Bank cash-in, fans were stunned when all Batista needed was 30 seconds to emerge victorious as the new WWE Champion. Cena's 6th reign as champion would evidently be his shortest, with the reign only lasting 3 minutes and 33 seconds. It wouldn't be until WrestleMania 26 Cena would face Batista to gain back his championship. Number 3. Yokozuna, 2 minutes. In 1992, the WWF was under severe scrutiny after discovering Vince McMahon, as well as high-level employees and wrestlers, had been distributing steroids illegally amongst the company for use. The knowledge of anabolic steroids being used in the WWF drew attention to both extremely muscular wrestlers as well as popular wrestlers, Hulk Hogan in particular. Hogan denied these allegations on an episode of the Arsenio Hall show, but due to intense public scrutiny, he took a leave of absence from the WWF after his match with Sid Justice at WrestleMania 8. In order to draw less attention, the WWF decided to propel Bret Hart as champion and slowly but surely transition a new face of the WWF. Well, just as Bret was trying his best to carry the company, main eventing as WWF champion and ready to feud with new challenger and winner of the 1993 Royal Rumble Yokozuna, Hogan was announcing his wrestling return to the WWF and was scheduled to be part of WrestleMania 9. Surprisingly, Hogan would not be featured in the main event, but tagging with Brother Brutus against Money Incorporated, coming up short of winning the tag titles. However, Bret would be told he would not be coming out of WrestleMania as champion and was prepared to drop the belt to Yoko that night. What he wasn't prepared for was Hogan's backstage politics, who would convince Vince to put the strap on Hogan by the end of the night. Bret would lose the title thanks to Fuji's special salt, leading to Hogan swooping in to confront the newly crowned champion and issue a match. Within only 2 minutes and 6 seconds, Hogan had the belt on him. Would Hogan return the favor? According to Bret, Hogan was supposed to put him over on his way out of the WWF, only to change his mind. Hart claims the Hulkster didn't want to lose to someone smaller than him, but Hogan tells a different story in his autobiography, Hollywood Hogan. In it, Hogan claims he never mentioned losing to Hart and it was all a misunderstanding between Hart and Vince McMahon. Number 2. Seth Rollins, 2 minutes. This one only beats Yoko's win by seconds, as Ambrose overcame Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Sami Zayn, Cesaro and Alberto Del Rio at the 2016 Money in the Bank pay-per-view to claim the golden briefcase and within it, a contract to cash in at any time. Dean Ambrose wasted no time cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase, winning the championship from his former ally Seth Rollins. In fact, Ambrose managed to cash in and capture the belt from Seth Rollins, all within 2 minutes. And number 1, Andre the Giant, 1 minute. Both Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan were arguably two of the biggest draws in the company in the mid-80s. The two faced off in a match at WrestleMania 3 that almost blew the roof of the Pontiac Silverdome. Whilst Hogan managed to get the win to retain his championship that night, fans were eager to see a rematch between the two. At the 1988 Royal Rumble, a contract had been signed for a WrestleMania 3 rematch to take place on the 5th February 1988 edition of the main event. Though the match took place on a Friday night, live from the Market Square Arena in Indiana, it garnered a staggering 15.2 rating with 33 million viewers and stands as television's most watched wrestling event of all time. Ever since the contract signing, Andre would ally with the $1 Million Man, and he would prove that everyone has a price. During the match, the referee produced a 3 count, despite Hogan's shoulders being clearly off the mat. The referee turned out to be evil referee Earl Hebner, twin of longtime referee Dave Hebner, who had been paid by the $1 Million Man to throw the bout. Regardless, Andre would win the title, but only for 1 minute and 48 seconds, as he almost immediately surrendered the belt to DiBiase in exchange for hard cash. The then WWF president Jack Tunney put a stop to this immediately, refusing to recognize this as an official title change and vacated the belt instead due to Andre's attempt at surrendering it. Well guys, there you have it, 6 wrestlers who lost their WWE Championship title immediately after winning it. Be sure to let us know what you thought of the video down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.